This year's Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to Richard Robson, Omar M. Yagi, and Kitagawa Susumu for the research on metal organic frameworks, MOFs. The work opened up unknown fields in chemistry and led to practical applications, earning them this distinguished honor. Among them, Kitagawa's story connects Asian philosophy, modern chemistry, and whole lessons even beyond academia. MOFs are composed of metals and organic compounds, structured like a three-dimensional scaffold with gaps between ions. These gap sizes and the variety of metals and organic materials allow MOFs to perform various filtration functions. Applications include capturing carbon dioxide and filtering PFAS from water. Thanks to these three chemists' research, others can now design numerous types of MOFs to selectively filter specific substances. Kitagawa's research journey was not smooth. His work was once dismissed as meaningless. As a student, he read Nobel laureate Yukawa Hideki's writings, which quoted the Zhuang concept of usefulness of the useless. Inspired by this, Kitagawa adopted it as his motto and discovered value in seemingly useless research. In 1992, he first demonstrated a molecular structure he created. When seeking funding to continue, reviewers saw no significance and rejected his proposal. Undeterred, Kitagawa continued researching, and in 1997, he and his team improved the MOF so that both liquids and gases could pass through, allowing extraction of methane, nitrogen, and oxygen, a major breakthrough in chemistry. The phrase "the usefulness of the useless," cited by Kitagawa and Yukawa, comes from Zhuang's essay 逍遙遊, Carefree Wandering, appearing in two passages. The first relates a friend of Zhuang named Wei Si, who received a giant gourd seed from King Wei. He planted it, and it grew heavy with a fruit possibly weighing about 150 kilograms. Wei Si lamented it was so large and heavy it was useless. Zhuang said Wei Si unskilled in use, giving an example. In Song Kingdom, a family skilled in making hand lotion used by generations of dyers sold the secret recipe to a traveler for 100 gold. The traveler sold the lotion to the king of Wu Kingdom, protecting his soldiers from skin damage in river battles. Zhuang said, if the giant gourd were used as if a huge wine barrel floating on water, would this not be the epitome of carefree ease? The second passage speaks of Wei Si having a large tree with a thick trunk and twisted branches, unsuitable for timber. Wei Si mocked Zhuang saying his words were similarly large but useless. Zhuang responded that small and agile raccoons, although clever and quick, often fell victim to hunters' traps. Wei Si's big tree could grow in barren land where one could wander and rest in its shade. Would this not be carefree ease? Based on the literal meaning, the moral of the usefulness of the useless can be summarized as: things may seem useless, but if one changes perspective, their use can be discovered. To judge something as useless outright is hasty. But a deeper reading of Zhuang Zi's 逍遙遊 reveals more. The entire essay discusses distinctions of small and large, including comparisons such as the giant fish and bird versus tiny insects like cicada and small pigeon, the lifespans of fungi and cicada versus Asian tortoise and fictional old man Pang Zhou, the states of rulers of countries, transcendent humans who ride the wind, and divine beings roaming boundlessly. The text emphasizes great differences in size and declares small knowledge is inferior to great knowledge, short lifespan to long lifespan. Through the dialogue between Zhuang and Wei Si, it is shown how some accuse thinkers like Zhuang of speaking big but useless words, to which Zhuang replies that such critics lack the ability to understand profound truths. The notions of small and large here transcend common sense. They are like heavens beyond heavens because human judgment is limited to our conditions. We are like the mocked insects, unable to grasp Tao, the great way. To achieve Zhuang Zi's ideal of freedom is to emulate his thinking style. change perspective and free oneself from prejudice. This concept is the core idea of Taoism, founded by Lao Tzu and Zhuang, and also seen in Zhuang Zi's essay Cai Mat Lun, Unity of Beings. The writing style there is peculiar. Statements may seem inconsistent or paradoxical, as if things are both A and B simultaneously. Here is an example. Please listen for a while, you need not comprehend every single word. Things are not that, things are not this. From that point of view one sees not, from self-knowledge one knows it. Therefore it is said, that arises from this also depends on that and this are the principle of becoming.
Nevertheless, becoming is death, and death is becoming.
Can and cannot and can. Right and wrong and right. Therefore the sage acts without contrivance, observing heaven and accordingly acting. This is also that is also this. This is one right and wrong, that also one right and wrong. Does there really exist that and this? Does there really not? That which is not paired is called the pivot of the Tao. The pivot gets its center of rotation, responding infinitely. This is one infinity, that is also one infinity. Therefore, it is still unclear. If uninterested, readers need not pass every word here, but note two phrases. This is one right and wrong, that also one right and wrong, and it is still unclear. Zhuang Zi says idea A and idea B are different standards of right and wrong. He doesn't advocate relativism, but continuously questions the appropriateness of any assertion. His writing style reflects the difficulty of distinguishing truth from illusion in searching for Tao. Concluding a clear-cut answer is hard to obtain. This doesn't mean Zhuang Zi denies all intellectual inquiry or shrugs off issues with rubbish like, it depends on your point of view. He constantly questions premises, urges abandoning fixed opinions, and exhibits transcendent thinking, enabling insight into Tao. Continual self-examination, testing past assumptions, and striving to break conventional frameworks surprisingly echo the spirit of modern scientific research. Humanities and sciences do not exclude each other. That should be common sense. The more one explores knowledge and integrates what he learns, the more he finds strange intersections conforming to Zhuang Zi's notion that all beings interconnect in Tao. These are the gems of human civilization, and whatever one's interest, may we uncover a bit more of these treasures.
If you have any idea or like this video, please comment, like, subscribe and share. I'll be grateful if you support me on Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon, making us go even further. See you on the next video.